Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson affair scandal. Amelia Warner gives ultimatum. At 43, Jamie Dornan has it all: fame, talent, looks, family, and worldwide admiration. But what no one sees is the turmoil inside him, a secret that has been hidden for years and is now threatening to unravel it all. Jamie is in New York promoting his new film. Facing thousands of cameras, he flashes his trademark handsome smile and waves to fans. But inside, his mind is elsewhere, in London, where his wife, Amelia Warner, has just sent a one-line text. Jamie, I know everything. About Dakota. About everything. We need to talk, now. He stares at the phone screen in his dressing room, his hands shaking slightly. For a split second, Dakota Johnson flashes into his mind, the smile, the look, the evenings they spent talking without anyone knowing. Love without escape. Jamie and Dakota's relationship didn't start out as expected. After the 50 Shades series, they became close, not just because of work but because of something deeper: empathy. Dakota, despite her fame, had a quiet, delicate, and lonely soul. Jamie, despite having a family, lived between two worlds: a responsible father and an artist who always felt inadequate. One time, when they were both attending an event in Venice, they sat next to each other on the deck of a boat. Dakota was silent for a long time, then said, "Do you ever feel like you're living someone else's life?" Jamie turned to look at her. Every day. From there, they started texting, meeting secretly, and then, something undeniable happened. They fell in love, not in a rush, not dramatic, but a quiet, deep, persistent love. Jamie didn't mean to betray Amelia, but he couldn't tear Dakota away, face to face. 3 days after the text, Jamie flew back to London. It was raining. He walked into the house and found Amelia sitting in the living room, a suitcase closed beside her. No tears, no screams, just an eerie silence. "Jamie," she said, "I don't want to make a big deal out of it. But I won't let myself live a lie anymore." He sat down, not daring to look at her. "I knew it was happening a long time ago. But I always hoped you would stop." Jamie said softly. "I don't know what to do. You have to know now." Her voice was hard. "You have to choose. Me or her, not both." A crossover of life. For a week after that, Jamie lived in the dark. He avoided Dakota. No texts, no calls. She sensed something was up, but didn't ask, just sent a single message. "Whatever you choose, I won't regret loving you." Jamie thought back to the early days with Amelia, when they lived in the small apartment, sang to each other, wrote letters by hand. He remembered the look in her eyes as she watched their daughter learn to walk. He remembered her silent sacrifice over the years, while he was on the run with his career and she was his rock. But he couldn't deny his feelings for Dakota, feelings he couldn't control. With her, he could be himself. He could be vulnerable, he could be heard, he could be understood. A love that made him feel alive. Meeting Dakota again. One night, Jamie decided to see Dakota one last time. They met at a small house in the Yorkshire countryside, where there were no paparazzi, no one knew who they were. Dakota walked out, thinner, her eyes sad. "Are you here to say goodbye?" she asked, without beating around the bush. Jamie nodded. "I love you, but I can't give up my family. I can't let my children lose a home because I'm weak." Dakota stepped closer to him, without reproach. "I understand. I always understand." They hugged. A long hug, not rushed, not lustful. The hug of two souls once united, now forced to let go by the harsh reality. When Jamie left, Dakota didn't cry. She just stood there watching him walk into the night, taking a piece of her heart with him. Choices and changes. Jamie returned to London early in the morning. It was cold, but not raining this time. He walked into the house and saw Amelia sitting reading. She looked up. She didn't ask. She just looked. Jamie walked closer and knelt down in front of her. I made a choice. And if you give me another chance, I'll start over. I'll rebuild everything, not just for the kids, but because I still love you. Amelia looked at him for a long time, then said, a broken heart doesn't heal overnight. But if you really want us to, we can start over. With faith.